Welcome to the AV Tech Small Business Center's Small Business Spotlight, a series where we highlight our incredible local entrepreneurs and share how the AV Tech Small Business Center helps turn ideas into thriving businesses. I'm Jill Sparks, and today we are kicking things off with someone's work who truly sparkles and shines, literally. So meet Katherine Simonetti, the creative force behind Katherine Alexander Fine Jewelry. So welcome and thank you for being here. Katie's designs are not just jewelry, they are works of art, and your passion and your expertise and craft definitely show up in every piece that you wear. And we love going to visit Katie at her store at the Grove Arcade in downtown Asheville. So for starters, tell us where you're located. Gee whiz, I already did, but Katie, please share that information again.
So we are, absolutely, can't say it enough, the Grove Arcade, the beautiful historic building downtown. It's a treat to go to work there every day. It's a spectacular building and a great little village of other local businesses as well. So right in the middle.
Truly beautiful.
Yeah.
What inspired you to start Katherine Alexander Fine Jewelry, and what makes your designs unique?
So I started Katherine Alexander Fine Jewelry about 3 years ago. I had been working as a jewelry specialist at a local auction house, and that was a wonderful experience to get to know and work and play with antique and a lot of estate pieces and jewelry. But I'm a trained bench jeweler, so I was craving getting back to the bench and making things. I was really missing not working with my hands. So an opportunity came up to work with Alexander and Leonard in the arcade. And so I took that chance to jump. So I, sort of post-COVID midlife crisis-y kind of time, decided it was time to get back to doing what I love, and the past 3 years have been a dream, being able to do that.
And what a great combination to have the manual on the bench experience and the experience at the auction house with the estate jewelry and just the history of jewelry and different materials that are used. And
absolutely,
I would think a lot of trade or bench jewelry designers may not have that experience. So
absolutely, yeah, that I got exposed to brands and designers I had no idea about, to antique pieces, the way they were made, to be able to hold a piece and flip it over and to see, and be able to literally say, oh, they don't make it like they used to, because they don't. Everything's more mass produced. To see a gorgeous Art Deco piece, hand, pierced in platinum is just, was a treat.
Gosh, and we love that Art Deco, especially here in Asheville with such a large collection. Yeah. So that carries us into my next question.
Sure.
Can you share a favorite piece or collection and the story behind it that you have with you or on you?
Yeah, so I have my Art Deco hoop earrings on, and I have to give Dwayne and you guys, the crew here at SBC, credit for helping me name them. I was working on, doing some publications for it and trying to figure out some print, and with their help, they came up with the Art Deco hoop name for it. So it was the perfect name for the design. The design came about because I was doing a craft show in Nashville a couple years ago, the same weekend that Taylor Swift was there.
Oh.
So I had reached out to my soon-to-be sister-in-law, who is adorable and very stylish, and I said, okay, what do I make for Swifties? And she said hoops. And I was like, okay, well, you can get round hoops everywhere. Anywhere. CVS, Marshalls, you can get hoops everywhere. So I was like, I got to do something a little funky, a little weird, but still it looks good. And personally, for me, the function was really important. I have made a lot of onesie orphan earrings as a bench jeweler when someone loses their favorite earring in scarf season. So I made it so that it closes kind of like a safety pin in the back. So it has a little loop and catches around, so it holds together. And for me, I get headaches very easily. So I was making a design that I could wear all the time that didn't, cause me pain.
Right.
So something I could wear that looked good.
So, and again, someone that wears hoops and also has young women as daughters who wear hoops, I love that this is a little different than your regular hoop earring.
Yeah.
So,
they hang a little different. They and you don't feel them as much, they don't sort of get in the way, but they really still show up when, as a geometric Art Deco design.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's so classy. You can wear that with anything and dress up or dress down.
Yep.
So, okay, well, we could do a whole
Yeah.
show on just fashion and jewelry, but today we're going to keep it to the small business.
For another day.
So, okay, well, moving on, what kind of experience can your clients and future clients expect when they come visit you at the Grove Arcade?
Yeah, so we are not a traditional jewelry store. Everything that we have in the store is handmade here in Asheville, 5 different local jewelers. So it is a unique experience just in that sense that nothing is bought out of a catalog and just resold. Everything is made by a local artist. So in the future, as things change and progress in the store, my goal is to make it a welcoming, not threatening, not a... Traditional jewelry stores can be very intimidating to walk
yes.
into. So to try to break that barrier down and connect people with craftsmanship is my goal. Kindness, education, trust, joy, those are all the things I want to bring to the store and share with people, because that's what jewelry should bring.
And you do have a variety of jewelry, and it's colorful. It's almost, the last time I went, I felt like I was at a gallery.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you can buy that.
Yeah.
So, very good.
Wear it home.
How do you incorporate, and you've touched on this a little bit, but how do you incorporate craftsmanship and creativity into every piece that you make?
So I was trained at the North Bennett Street School, which is the oldest trade school in the country. So, and they use the Sloyd method, which is where you start with a project and you build your skills incrementally with the following progression of the projects. So it was very rigorous. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done, and one of the best things I've ever done was to go to North Bennett Street. But I had to kind of shelf the creativity a little bit because you were handed a piece of paper and you had to go down the sheet, step 1, step 2, and get checked every step of the way to make sure you're doing it right and got approved. So the training was phenomenal. But being able to work, like we said, at the auction houses and see and be exposed to the history and the craftsmanship of the past in jewelry, that really has helped me to develop my own style. I love David Webb and Elsa Peretti and looking back at historical designs, but also I have an eye for clean, modern, geometric shapes as well. So I try to combine those two when I'm sitting at the bench and crafting, and kind of marry the things that I love with just the way that my hands make stuff, to produce.
Well, and I would think having that, you have to do step 1, step 2, step 3, and check the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
That provides a great foundation for any type of jewelry,
Yes.
and really means that the jewelry will last, which is what you want
Yes, absolutely.
it to be.
Yep, modern heirlooms. Yep.
Oh, I love that.
Make
I
things
love
so
that.
that they, you enjoy them now, but can be enjoyed in the future as well.
Well, and that
For
may
sure.
have already answered my question,
Uh-oh.
my next question, but what advice would you give someone looking for a truly meaningful piece of jewelry?
That's a really good question. There are a lot of really good jewelers in town here. I know a lot of people think of Asheville as like a pottery center, which it is, but there's a lot of good jewelers here too. So kind of like, this was advice I got about real estate agents, is like you got to kind of meet a bunch of them and use the one that you connect with. I think that everyone has a different opinion on things, about the way they make things, their experiences with certain materials or what have you. So I think it's important that you have a good rapport with, the person that you're either buying or making a meaningful piece with. And I actually, when I was working in Boston, toyed around with the idea of being a jewelry consultant. We did a lot of bridal and engagement things. And there were a lot of young men that would come in, and we'd put diamonds in front of them and say, okay, pick one. And it's the most amount of money maybe other than a car or a house, that they'd ever spent on something. And they just sit there and don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. So to kind of go with them to give advice on, here's what the benefits of this are, here's, the trade-off of doing this route. So fast forward 15 years, and here I am making jewelry again. And so I try to imbue my meetings and with people about kind of being on someone's side, with it. I'm trying to give them the best advice I can and give them all the options and, let them make the decisions. It's nice to have someone in your corner that you feel is trying to help you do something with such a big decision. So I think that's why it's important to meet a lot of different jewelers and make sure you pick the right one to help you, that you jive with best.
Well, and that's having that trust, and that can happen quickly between a maker, an artist, which you are, and a potential client.
Yeah.
And then you can sense what they want, and they may not even know exactly or how to put into words what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So, and jewelry can commemorate and highlight so many different occasions. So I'm going a little off script here, but I'm also just thinking about future purchases. So
there you go. That's it. And you don't know what you don't know about it, that you need to know to make a good decision. So, you gotta definitely trust and, build that relationship with someone.
That is good. And I'll tell you, it's so fun at the Small Business Center because we get to work with so many creative folks and people who are passionate about what they do, but also are willing to put in the work and to move forward and are coachable and teachable. And so how has working at the AB Tech Small Business Center helped you grow your business?
I couldn't imagine where I'd be without it, honestly. So I've started with taking classes here and online. The resources, the connections, the support, the accountability, all the different things that you guys bring just have helped me every month immensely. So I had taken classes online. And I've signed up for classes through I don't know the name of it, but in Wilmington, the SPC out there, Cape Fear, I've taken, advantage of all of the, class options, as well as in person. I've taken amazing classes here. The mentoring with Dwayne has been outstanding, to keep me accountable every month, just to have conversations, to bring up ideas that I'd never thought of, and, the consistency of our meetings has helped keep me focused on things and accountable for, it's not homework, but if I don't do it, it's on me, so, it's really helped to keep me on track for moving forward in a positive direction. So it's been amazing.
I love that.
Yeah,
and for our viewers out there, you may already know this, but for 40 years, there have been small business centers at every one of our 58 community colleges in North Carolina, and we offer free confidential counseling, just like Katie mentioned, as well as free seminars and training, as Katie mentioned, and our clients can utilize any small business center in the state. So we have great resources, and knowing that you have an accountability partner and that there's someone on your side that their pure interest is helping you succeed. I think that is a big relief and helpful to entrepreneurs, because you can't do everything, and you have to do everything until you can grow. So very good. Yeah. Well, why would you recommend other entrepreneurs connect with the Small Business Center?
So I try to tell every small business owner that I meet somewhere about the classes and the opportunities here, because it has helped me so much. And it's surprising how many local people don't know that this resource is here. It's helpful to have, like you said, someone on your side. As a one-woman show, it's just helpful to bounce some ideas off sometimes, like get it out of your head and be able to chat with someone, like you said, that is actually, rooting for you. And then the connections too. So if ever I've been sort of like, I don't know what I'm doing with this, Trina's like, we got a guy for that, and, connects me, a couple emails later, I've got a phone call. So it's been, invaluable for a one-woman show to be able to go forward.
Love that. Well, what challenges did you overcome with the support of the Small Business Center?
So the connections that I've gotten, so with accounting, when I've been stuck, been able to reach out to an accountant for help, website help, was able to reach out for, design and Squarespace help. So really, in things like you said, when you have to do everything in the beginning, but there are things you don't know how to do. I bang on metal, so the bookkeeping and that sort of stuff. So whenever I run into issues with that, I've always, been able to get some help and direction forward with those things and getting past the stuck spot.
That's right. Yeah. Well, and we love making referrals to trusted professionals that have provided great service to other clients. And we love when we're able to introduce our clients to other clients. And again, helping our businesses, small businesses in North Carolina succeed,
Yeah.
our local businesses. Well, what's next for Katherine Alexander Fine Jewelry?
Well, so we're going down the path to take over the store. So we'll be transitioning to ownership and doing a little remodeling, a little more, make it a little bit more modern, but also again to try to bring that like intimidation factor down of a jewelry store, to make it more welcoming, to make it a place where we do monthly pop-up events or shows with other artists. I want it to be really a place to connect customers with craftsmanship. Mainly jewelry, but also I have a lot of friends and connections that make other beautiful things as well. So trying to sort of incorporate a little bit more of that fine craft location and connection in the store.
Well, I just wrote down connecting customers with craftsmanship. I love that. But that's true, and it can be intimidating when you walk past a store, a jewelry store, or, they're going to want me to buy immediately, and I don't know about this stone or that stone.
Absolutely.
And that's one thing, again, I love coming into your store and just seeing all the stones and beautifully displayed.
Yeah.
Well, as we're wrapping up, how can folks get in touch with you?
So either come to the Grove Arcade and to the store. I'm usually there a couple days a week, and my jewelry is always there. And the website, KatherineAlexanderFineJewelry.com, is always there. I also have a link to a Zoom appointment because we have a lot of tours through the arcade. So a way to connect with people that maybe met us in the building, but then go back home to Ohio or wherever. So a Zoom link on there as well to connect.
Oh, what a great idea. So KatherineAlexanderFineJewelry.com, and you have Instagram as well.
I do. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Taking a little break from that to get a little bit more intentional going forward with the store and kind of make sure we're there for all the right reasons and not the doom scrolling stuff. So yeah.
Very good. That's good. So again, if you'd like to explore Katie's stunning designs, you know where to go. Make an appointment. I think that's a great idea. And if you're an entrepreneur with a dream or a business owner looking to grow, please come to the AB Tech Small Business Center. If you're not in our service area, there is a small business center in the county where you live. So thank you again for sharing your time, and we love you as a client.
Right back at you guys. Yeah,
we are right there with you.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
Thank you.